Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at Tilray. Getting into the overview, we're going to take a look at their PE ratio, which they currently do not have one. So if a stock doesn't have a PE, then it means that they're losing money, as you can see with the EPS being a negative 0.79. Now looking at their dividend yields, they currently don't have one, which is fine. They would rather reinvest the money back into the company. Moving into their income statement now, we're going to take a look at their revenue. So as of the most recent year, they're bringing in 513 million, which is up over 500 million, which is crazy to see. In most cases, I wouldn't be too optimistic about it continuing to grow at this rate, but I do genuinely believe it will probably jump again going into the next 5 years, since weed and drugs in general are being more openly accepted and legal in America. Now, looking at their net income growth, over the past 5 years, it's been getting worse and worse. This is because it's still a growing company and they are probably reinvesting everything that they do keep in profit. Overall, it's not a good thing for a company to have a negative net income, but in the case of Tilray, I would definitely say it is okay for now as they continue to grow. The last thing to look at on the income statement is the shares outstanding. This is something you want to see decrease. The more it goes up, the less your shares are worth. So as you can see, it's been going up pretty heavily, especially the most recent year. So again, smaller growing companies, they need to do this in order to grow. This allows for them to raise more capital, and hopefully once they become a larger sustainable company, we will see them start to buy back shares. Moving into the balance sheet now, we're going to take a look at their current assets and their current liabilities. So their current assets are looking good as they've grown to 883 million, which is an increase of 7,258% from 5 years ago. They've been making consistent large jumps with this, so we'll hope to see this continue to increase over the next couple of years. So now with the current liabilities, right now they're at 401 million. This is an increase of 1,722%, which is a big number, but actually much smaller than what the assets had. So remember the number 401.24 million. So if we scroll up here, we see that they have 488 million in cash. So this means they can wipe out any current liability at moment's notice if they want to, and this is always a nice bonus to see when analyzing a company. The last and one of the most important aspects to look at in any company is the free cash flow. So cash flow is important because companies that have a lot of money on hand have the advantage of being able to pay off any debt, invest into future growth, or pay dividends. So this is clearly something you need to see be improved on year after year. As you can see, it's not looking too well. Something to take note of is the most recent year, it shows signs of improvement, so hopefully we can keep seeing this moving forward. In conclusion, Tilray has some decent looking financials. Some criticism I want to give is I want to see them straighten themselves out sooner than later with their net income and shares outstanding. I'd also hope to see them continue to grow their free cash flow as it is so important in being able to grow a business long term. I also don't like the big jump they had in the most recent year in current liabilities. Other than that, I like what I'm seeing from this company with the revenue and their balance sheet as a whole. When it comes to buying the stock, I would probably buy it now while it's low. My plan is to add a little bit of money to this every week until I have about 20 shares or so. I think this company has such an exciting future ahead of itself, and I'm very intrigued to see what happens as marijuana in particularly becomes more and more legal. I just want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm just a guy speaking my opinion on stuff on YouTube, so I highly recommend doing more research before coming to the conclusion of buying or selling any stock that I talk about. If you guys have any companies you want me to take a look at, feel free to comment them down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.